Sessions on diversity, equity, and inclusion being excluded from a recent St. Louis County-sponsored conference are now raising concerns.
And now some county commissioners are asking other county leaders to look into how they can keep those DEI-related sessions for future events while still protecting federal funding.
Northern News Now's Maggie Franzen has more on what prompted all of this. Maggie?
That is right, Dan and Laura. At last week's board meeting, Commissioner Ashley Grimm raised concerns about what she calls the county's compliance or pre-compliance with federal executive orders. Commissioner Ashley Grimm pointed to last year's Public Health and Human Services Conference, saying internal discussions led to some LGBTQIA+ and other diversity-related sessions being removed because they were viewed as potentially conflicting with federal directives. Directives that called for an end to government DEI offices and positions, and equity action plans or initiatives, among other things.
I think we're treating this all as probable risk. Even low risk scenarios are being considered high risk. And there's a reason for that, but there's also something we lose with that.
Grimm described the impacts as trans erasure, harm to BIPOC communities, and a rollback of past commitments.
When you push the line so far back, even before you really negotiate, get direct notice, give a legal challenge, then you end up ceding all of those human rights without any fight.
In a statement, county officials say they remain committed to serving all residents, adding that the stakes are high because federal dollars support a wide range of county work. County spokespeople say the loss of federal grants or reimbursements that come from not complying with federal directives could jeopardize program deliverables and negatively impact services for residents. But Grimm is concerned that the board hasn't had a clear chance to vote on some of these changes and that the public hasn't been fully informed.
And I think when these decisions just live in board memos, it does a disservice because it doesn't tap into all the resources we have together in ways that we can really fight and stand for each other. I think the federal administration wants us to be divided.
But now, after hearing Grimm's concerns, County Commissioner Annie Harla issued a directive asking county leaders to look into what options exist to keep that funding and restore canceled content and resources. Grimm says she expects staff to report back within the next few weeks and that this conversation isn't over. In studio, Maggie Franzen, Northern News Now.